right, it's 21 minutes before we say goodbye here on Morning Live. And now today begins Eskom's National Electricity Safety Month. For the entire month of August, the power utilities officials will visit communities and educate them about the basics of using electricity safely so to prevent deaths and injuries. But to tell us more about this month campaign, we joined in our studios in Johannesburg by Alex Stramrood. He is the Corporate Occupational Health and Safety Manager at Eskom. Good morning. Thank you so much for coming through.
Thank you very much, Palesa, and thanks for the opportunity to talk about electrical safety to your viewers.
Thank you so much. This is quite an important, of course, topic. But the campaign, usually, it used to run for just a week, but you're taking it over a month now.
Yes, Palesa. We want to get better exposure and more exposure. We want to focus on 3 provinces where we've got hotspots. And we realize that a week is not always long enough, and that's why we extended to a month.
Yeah, this should be an annual education. It should, continue for 365 days. But let's talk about those provinces. Which provinces are your main hotspots?
The 3 provinces that we focus on is Gauteng, obviously, KZN, and Eastern Cape.
All right.
And just on a point of correction, we actually do embark on an annual awareness campaign. We visit schools and communities throughout the year, but for this month we just up the effort. The effort,
yeah, because I think it was earlier in March you were in the Western Cape visiting a school there. In terms of the reception of your messages, how are people finding your messages?
They find it very, very positive. People are eager to learn. People are eager to know more about this commodity, this product that we bring to them. And that is one of our biggest challenges. We bring electricity to people that have, for their lifetime, never had exposure to this, and therefore they don't always realize the dangers associated with electricity.
They don't. But what major problems do you come across? Is it cable theft? Is it illegal connections? What are the major problems that you usually come across?
The biggest problem is the criminal aspect, where people connect illegally, and that's got a lot of challenges for us as
Where does it happen? Does it happen mainly in your informal settlements?
Yes, yeah, it happens in the Sowetos, in the Khayelichas, where you've got the informal settlement, where you've got supply of electricity, but then they extend it and they use their own means and mechanisms to connect, and that is where the challenge comes. And unfortunately, the people that suffer the most are often your children, and because they don't realize what this is all about, and they use twin flex and all sorts of things, and that is the challenge.
All right. Talk to us about the tips to use electricity safety. I know that we have some slides. Let's just put them on the screen. There you have tip number 1. Stay away from damaged cords.
Yes, that is very important. People sometimes put extension cords through hinges of doors or under carpets, or it get just a small crack or cut in it, and then you open yourself up to coming into contact with this live wire, and people don't always realize that.
They don't.
We've seen people doing illegal connections where they join cables and put a checkers bag or pick and pay bag or plastic bag around this. So it's extremely exposed. So when you see this, make sure that you replace it.
Tip number 2, do not overload your plugs.
Yes, this is how an electrical fire can start, because if you put too many plugs in one socket, you overheat that electricity supply, because through this wire you need to feed a lot more current, and it's like a hosepipe with water. If you put too much water through a hosepipe and too much of a force, that pipe will burst. Now in electricity, it heats up. And you can actually start a fire.
And those are small things that we do on a daily basis but not realize how dangerously it can be. Let's just quickly take tip number 3 on the screen. Illegal connections kill people. A large number of people are killed by illegal connections. Many are also injured.
The sad part about these illegal connections is these wires run over fences, or it runs past a gutter going down the house, and everything becomes alive. The other problem with illegal connections, you've got no protection on these connections. So in your normal installation, you've got an earth leakage, you've got circuit breakers. Those are all protection. It's like fuses in a car. If the current is too much, then it trips or it burns or whatever. So when you do an illegal connection, you don't have that kind of protection. So if you come into contact, you get killed or seriously injured.
All right. The final tip. There we are. Avoid low-hanging cables.
Yes, low-hanging cables can be as a result of a storm that goes through a particular area. It can be a motor vehicle accident, a vehicle that crashes into one of our poles. It can be as a result of lightning. So you get these overhead cables that's normally at a height of 5 meters plus. Yeah. It's medium voltage, which means it's 11,000 volts plus. And as a result of this broken pole or structure, these conductors are now hanging about a meter or meter and a half above ground.
So it is our responsibilities as communities to report such.
Absolutely. Yeah. And we've got a number that I'm sure you can put on and communicate to the people.
All right.
The number is 086 00 37566. And the 37566 is easy to remember because that's Eskom.
Oh, okay.
People can also go into the local walk-in centres and report these kind of low-hanging conductors.
All right, so you're officially launching the month today in Soweto, Protea South.
We're going to Protea South this morning. We actually started at 8 this morning, visiting a school, the primary school in Protea South. And this afternoon we go to the community and speak to them, and the people must come around. Maybe there's something like a PCAP or something that will be handed out.
Yeah, some freebies.
So come there and get the message and spread the message to your family and your friends. Palesa, thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Well, there you have it. That's Alex Stramrood. He's the Corporate Occupational Health and Safety Manager at Eskom, talking to us about today being Eskom's National Electricity Safety Month. Take those tips. Very important. Let's take a break here on Morning Live. One more item, and then we say goodbye.